what's up? It's Andrea and I am back with another video. In today's video, I will be discussing my journey basically to becoming a nurse, starting from when I was in high school. So if you are interested in finding out what my journey is, keep watching. I do kind of want to start off by saying, like, I'm just sharing this so you guys can kind of get an idea of where I came from and how my path went. I do kind of want to put this little disclaimer out there and say, you know, everybody's journey looks different. My journey may or may not look like yours, and that's absolutely okay. You know, obviously everybody has their own timing. Whenever it's supposed to happen for you, it will happen for you if you're still waiting to become a nurse. But I just kind of want to say, you know, don't compare your journey to somebody else's. Everything will work out like it's supposed to. So, like I said, I'm going to start from the very beginning of when basically my journey started. So that was when I was a senior in high school. I can't exactly remember when, because that was almost 10 years ago, when I applied to college in general, but I do know for a fact that I was only looking at a few colleges. My school, which was Prairie View A&M University, I may have been looking at Texas A&M University and then Texas State. I really wasn't looking at too much, and especially nothing too far from home. Conveniently at that time, my college was super close to my hometown, and that's something that I kind of wanted because me and my family are super close, and the convenience of having them close by but still being on campus was, you know, really important to me. So that's kind of one of the deciding factors, aside from the fact that my university's nursing program is really like ranked in good standings. So that was also something that played a huge part in my decision. And oh yeah, also HBU, but they were way too expensive for me. So even with a scholarship that I was offered, I wasn't interested. So in all, I ended up choosing Prairie View A&M University. I started there, if I'm looking down, my handy dandy notes. So I graduated high school, like I said, in June of 2014. I had just turned like 18 years old. And I, like I said, applied to my university, which was a 4-year university. Again, like, you can choose whatever college you think is best for you, whether that is a junior college or a 4-year. Me personally, I wanted to go to a 4-year, so that's what I did. I started in August of 2014. And the way that my program works, it may be a little different, I'm not sure, but my university, the actual university that I attended, was in one town, and then our nursing program was in a whole other like city. It's in Houston. So whenever I started college, I was living on campus from 2014 to 2016, the fall of 2016. During that time, I did my prereqs. I also did work study, meaning I worked on campus. So I was able to do my prerequisites for nursing school and be able to maintain a social life and also still work on campus. So doing my prereqs, it wasn't too difficult for me. Even staying on campus and still having a social life, it wasn't terrible. It was definitely doable. I was there from August 2014 to fall of 2016. So that was a total of 5 semesters. Actually, I could have and should have done it in 4 semesters, but at the time, my school in general was having a really hard time with getting people into science classes. So there were a lot of majors that for whatever reason, needed science prereqs at the time. And it was so hard to get into these science classes. And at the time, they weren't giving like the nursing students priority, which they should have, because they knew we needed to get into the nursing program. That's a whole different story. One semester, I think it was my last semester that I was there, I needed to get into possibly like microbiology. And the way that it turned out, I wasn't able to get in. So basically, I had to do an additional semester, which really wasn't needed, but I had to do an additional semester just so that way I could get my microbiology, which was my last science class that I needed to get that out of the way. I need to take it. So that's why I was there for a 5th semester. And I think during that time, I may have retooken a class that I didn't get the best grade in. Like, I still passed, but I was like, I'm here, so I might as well repeat it. It may have been statistics, I don't know. But I feel like I repeated a class, and then I took like Spanish online, and I think I took another class online. To be honest, I took a bunch of blow-off classes that semester just so I could get my microbiology class. So at that point of fall 2016, I then started applying to my nursing program. Like I said, my program may be a little bit different than other ones, but the way that it worked, basically, if you passed your HESI, your entrance HESI exam, and you went to the actual university, because we had transfer students come in from like other colleges into the actual program. But if you started off at the university, as long as you were in good standing and you passed your entrance HESI, 9 times out of 10, you were gonna get into the program. So it really wasn't too much pressure because my grades were good, my GPA was good. I passed my HESI, so all I had to do was basically apply. So I applied in, like I said, what was it? Fall of 2016, got accepted, and then spring of 2017, I left the actual university and I moved to Houston at that point, and I started the nursing program in the medical center. So again, in a way of my program being a little bit different, I feel like typical programs are just 4 semesters of just nursing school. For whatever reason, mine, and it may still be 5 semesters, I actually think it still is 5 semesters of nursing classes. We had nursing classes, of course, our core nursing classes, then also clinical. So that was 5 semesters. Regardless, it was 5 semesters. You could have did like I can't remember what it's called, but it's basically putting you ahead if you wanted to take classes in the summer. It's like a fast-paced semester, which I had no interest in. But if you wanted to do that, you could do that and become like a semester ahead. Or if you wanted to split up your semesters, you had that option as well. If you didn't want to take the full load at one time. Me personally, every semester I took the full load every time. However, I never took classes in the summer. I was working during the summertime. So I did all my classes. It was 5 semesters. And then by the time of me being done with my 5 semesters, at that point it was the spring of 2019. I'm sorry, I'm trying to remember all these dates. But the spring of 2019 was my last semester of nursing school. So this semester was actually super busy for me because aside from like trying to finish up nursing school in general, having classes, having clinicals, having all these papers and projects and everything else that was due, I also had to prepare for my career that was to come. So at that time, I think it was probably around like February or March, I was applying to nursing, new grad programs in the Houston area. I knew I wanted to stay in Houston because honestly, I had just moved out here. I'm not from Houston, so I moved out here and I knew that I wanted to stay out here, and I knew that I didn't want to go back to my hometown. So I ended up applying to, like I said, programs out here. And then I started interviewing during my final semester of nursing school. And then at that point, it was probably March or April when I actually accepted my job in the NICU, which is the job that I have now. So even though I accepted my job, of course, I still had to graduate. I still had tests that I had to pass. And then above all, I still had to pass my NCLEX. So I graduated May 2019. And then I think I took maybe a couple weeks off from studying because my birthday is in May. So like I had no wants or needs to want to even look at a textbook for nursing during that time. So I think I took a few weeks off because I graduated May 11th. My birthday was May 24th. I turned 23. And then after that, maybe the following week, I started studying. I studied for 4 weeks straight. And then I took my NCLEX and then I started working in July of 2019. So that was pretty much my journey from like high school all the way up into securing my new grad job. Like I said, that was my journey. It was unique to me, and you know how it just all worked out and panned out for me. I didn't necessarily take any breaks. I started right out of high school, and then I kind of went on and did what I could up until it was time for me to start working. As far as jobs and stuff, like I said, I definitely worked every summer. I tried to have a job my 3rd semester of nursing school. I tried to work at a grocery store in here in Houston, but it just wasn't working out. I was only working like 1 day a week, so honestly, it wasn't even worth it at that point. So I never really had a job actually in nursing school, but summer, I was always working. And yeah, that was my journey. So like I said, just keep in mind, you guys, that it's always going to work out how it's supposed to work out for you. Your timing is your timing. And I just always knew, you know, whatever God has in plan for me is exactly what's going to happen. I just kind of trusted in that. And I'm still trusting that to this day. So hopefully you guys kind of have a better insight of what my journey was to becoming a nurse. It definitely was not an easy path to take at all. But yeah, I'm just thankful for everything that I learned during that time. and I just wish you all the best of luck. And if you are, you know, wanting to become a nurse, stick with it, stick with that goal, and just know that it's all gonna work out when it's supposed to. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you have any other videos that you would like to see or any questions you would like for me to address, definitely let me know down below in the comments. I am once again super happy to come on here and record this video for you guys. I hope you're doing well, and I'll see you guys in the next video.